Let me take a sip of water. Stay hydrated. What's up, guys? Corgon here, back at it with another video from Airpill. You know us, we're always making videos, the best videos out there, best content. But anyways, today we're gonna be ranking all the Call of Duties on a tier list up to Vanguard. Yeah. You know, the Call of Duty community isn't in the best place right now, but you know, I feel like it hasn't always been this way, right? There's a lot of good games out there from Call of Duty, especially. So today we're just going to be doing my ranking of all of them. So let's just get started, honestly. So first off, COD 1, COD 2, COD 3. We're not gonna rank those. I didn't really play them at all. I think I played COD 2 maybe one time. There was like a free demo on the Xbox 360 like 10 years ago. I think I played it like once, but I can't really judge them, so I'm not gonna be ranking those. Let's just put these up here so we don't have our list a little less cluttered. They're not actually trash. I'm just gonna put them there just for now. But we're actually gonna get started with COD 4, because COD 4, you know, I feel like that's where a lot of the Call of Duty community, you know, really started. I personally did not buy it on launch. I didn't really play it on launch. I played it maybe like a couple years later. Actually, funny story between COD 4 and World at War. I actually played those two first on the Wii, the Wii version, and it was kind of cool because in the campaign you could have, I think on the 360 you had split screen campaign. I don't know if I'm wrong about that, but on the Wii at least, there was kind of like split screen, even though it was all on like one screen. You had like a main player with his gun showing, but then you had like, if you had a second player, you had like the Wii remote. It just put on like a reticle and it just be like an invisible gun, which I think was also in Zombies and maybe multiplayer, which I think would be kind of broken. But either way, those two games, Modern Warfare and World at War, I didn't really play initially, but I did play them a lot more, especially MWR whenever it got remastered. I played Modern Warfare Remastered quite a bit, so I do think I have a little bit of knowledge about both COD 4 and World at War. But let's start with COD 4. I think not D. My bad. You know, it is pretty much the beginning of like Call of Duty as we know it. It has like the kill streaks, first one to create a class. It was really, really fun. When I played it, at least, I had a lot of fun. You know, even on MWR, which I know is a little different, but I'm just gonna be ranking them together because they are similar enough. I know MWR added like a bunch of supply drop stuff, and you know we'll get to that era when we get to it. But you know, COD 4 MWR almost the same game to me, and I feel like they'd be pretty much neck and neck if they were a little different. If they were ranked differently on this list, I mean. But I think I'm gonna go with the A tier because you know it did have a lot of like broken things like the M16, right? And it is a little primitive because it was the first one, but of course that does make it bad. It was like before any of the, you know, modern ones or like the new ones. But I feel like A tier is a great spot for COD 4. And now let's do World at War. I think World at War is, when I played it, it was basically, you know, a reskin of COD 4, but just with a World War II theme. And I do know that they really wanted a World War II thing to like fall back on because they took a big risk going into the modern era with COD 4, because up until then everything was World War II, especially like in the market it was just World War II shooters, I'm pretty sure. So they wanted something to fall back on, which was World at War, which is basically just COD 4 reskinned to World War II theme, which didn't make it bad, of course. It was just, you know, it's just World War II themed Call of Duty 4. They had the same 3, 5, 7 streaks, but instead it was just like, it was spy plane, dogs, and then spy plane, artillery, and then dogs. While in COD 4 it was UAV, airstrike, and then attack helicopter. So they had the same like streak system, same create a class system. So yeah, multiplayer was alright. Campaign was really good. I remember that being very gritty and a dark take on World War II, which I really liked. And then, you know, bread and butter, zombies. As you'll come to know, hopefully, I am a big fan of zombies, and this is like the original, so this can't even be ranked bad ever. So I think B tier is gonna be a good spot for World at War, mostly because of zombies. Because multiplayer wise, not my favorite. It's just like I said, it's just like basically a reskin, but that doesn't make it bad. Of course, I know a lot of people have a lot of love for World at War, and I think this is definitely the best World War II game. I'm just not a big fan of the World War II era. I feel like they're very limited in what they can do whenever they go back to World War II, as you'll see as we move along with the list. But you know, overall, a good game, not bad, not the best, but overall solid entry. And I feel like this is where, you know, the golden era of Call of Duty really starts, you know, as community wise goes. As you'll see, I do have a few different takes when it comes to Call of Duty, but you know, we'll get to those whenever. But you know, let's start with the golden age, right? So yeah, World at War, B tier, solid entry, not the best. Okay, now next I think it's Modern Warfare 2, and let's just go ahead and place that up into the S tier, right? I feel like there's really not an argument about this. You know, this was actually pretty much my first Call of Duty game ever. I didn't actually own it. I didn't own any of these three at this point. But when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I remember going over to my cousin's house and playing the Spec Ops over and over because they didn't have Xbox Live Gold. But we played Spec Ops so freaking much. So much fun. Spec Ops, campaign we sometimes played through. And then when I finally got it, then I started trying the multiplayer maybe like a year later when I finally got to all three of these games. And Modern Warfare 2 I actually got on the Xbox 360, right? Because I don't even think they had a Wii version. I'm not sure. But multiplayer, really fun. They added the customizable kill streaks, which was like, instead of like just the 3, 5, 7, you can have any assortment of kill streaks. So you could have like the Predator missile, the Harriers, the AC-130, and of course the tactical nuke. Any of these things, AC-130, chopper gunner, and then you could just pick whichever one, and everybody would be going for nukes all the time. All the maps were great. Overall, really great game. Literally one of the peak of the Call of Duty community. Campaign was great. I love that campaign. Spec Ops, my favorite Spec Ops out of any of the games that have Spec Ops. Multiplayer, awesome, really fun. So I feel like there's not even much of an argument to really place that anywhere else if you don't have it in S tier. You know, I don't know what's wrong with you. Get yourself checked. Next, Black Ops 1. Where is Black Ops 1 on this? Black Ops 1 right here. Black Ops 1, really good game. Very solid. I don't think it was as good as Modern Warfare 2. Mostly, I do love the zombies. Zombies is great in this. Campaign is really great. Multiplayer, it's good. Very solid. Very solid multiplayer. I was not the biggest fan of the art style, the art direction it went in. It seemed kind of like dull to me. Like, and that's saying something because it's Treyarch, right? But I feel like back then they were still making these like dull, gray games. While Modern Warfare 2 had quite a bit of color. And that kind of like puts me off whenever I'm playing Call of Duty. I really like my games to have a lot of color, as you'll see as we go along this list. But I didn't really like the art style as much. The gameplay was pretty good. I remember, of course, Nuketown. I didn't really like the creative class system, which was with the COD points, but what I did like quite a bit with those COD points, which is not these COD points that we have today where we actually spend money, is those where we had to actually earn in-game. And you could actually do wager matches, which was like you could go do ante-up, high roller, or weekend gambler. I think those were the three, and then you just like bet COD points, and then you could either gain it back or just lose all the COD points that you bet. And you know me, I'm just, when it comes to money, bro, I'm not gonna lose. And I always got like maybe like first or second or third. I'd either get my money back or like get more, right? So that was my favorite part of Black Ops 1 was the wager matches. So overall, I think A tier is a solid choice, solid pick for this. It maybe, I think it's better than COD 4, honestly, just because the zombies makes it really good, and COD 4 didn't have any like third mode really. And also Black Ops it just followed Modern Warfare 2, has the customizable kill streaks, great maps, WMD, stuff like that. Oh man, really good maps. So I think solid A tier, very good game. So next we're gonna go to Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3, my baby. This would be actually the first one that I actually like really bought on release. Like literally, I pre-ordered it like 2-3 months before, and I got this game on release. I I will have to say this is better than Modern Warfare 2. And actually, let me go ahead and let me add a row above. Okay, let me add a row above. Let's call this double S. Okay, SS. Let's place Modern Warfare 3 right there. This is quite a biased opinion. I know a lot of people, whenever it first came out, were like, oh, it's just a reskin of Modern Warfare 2. But that's a good thing to me, honestly. This is, Modern Warfare 2 was great, but it had a lot of problems, such as noob tubes. Balance was all over the place, no balance. One-man army noob tubes, commando pro stuff, stuff like that. Modern Warfare 2 was just an unbalanced, mess. And that's what made it a lot of fun, honestly. But there was room for improvement. And Modern Warfare 3, I think, improved quite a bit on Modern Warfare 2. It's just basically a balanced version of Modern Warfare 2, barring the ACR and MP7. Of course, those were some of the most broken guns in that game. But comparatively, compared to Modern Warfare 2, I think it was much more balanced and a much more fun game. And it's probably a lot of bias coming through right now because this was my first Call of Duty game that I actually bought on release, but I had a lot of good times on this game. I loved the assault strike, assault support, and specialist packages. First time those were introduced, I love those. I always used to run assault or specialist, sometimes support, and like maybe search and destroy or something, but most of the time assault package, specialist package. Too fun. Always going for those juggernauts with those assault packages. I love the maps. Campaign was great. We all remember Soap's death. Spoilers, sorry for a 10-year-old game almost. Soap dies. Very sad. The OG Soap. I know I love that he's getting rebooted now, but the OG Soap, voiced by Kevin McKidd, can't be beat. And that was one of the saddest moments in Call of Duty history, in my opinion. Spec Ops was fun. I don't think it was as good as Modern Warfare 2's, but it was still a lot of fun. They had survival mode, which was kind of rivaling zombies, like, in a way. But while it doesn't compare at all to zombies, but it's like, their own take with humans, I guess. It was fun. It was a good time. But the multiplayer was fantastic. I love the multiplayer on this game, and it's gonna stay here in double S tier. Okay, above any of these other ones for now. We'll see if anything else is worthy of the double S tier. We'll see. So yeah, Modern Warfare 3, one of my favorite Call of Duties of all time. Never gonna change, really. I just made too many memories in that game. Too much fun. A lot of fun. What's next? Modern Warfare 3, then Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, baby. A lot of people's favorite Call of Duty. I also bought this one maybe a month after release, actually. Because back then, I was a kid. I really wanted it on release, but, I needed people to buy it for me. And I at that point, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Black Ops series. I was just a Modern Warfare simp because of Modern Warfare 3. I just loved it so much. And I was like, I'll just wait till later for Black Ops 2. But Black Ops 2 is better than Modern Warfare 2. It is better. But marginally better than Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 2 is perfect multiplayer, almost. Very, very, very close to perfect multiplayer. Campaign, really good. Honestly, in my opinion, better than Black Ops 1's campaign. And I know Black Ops 1's campaign is great. Black Ops 2's, I think, just builds upon that. And it's just wonderful. And then Zombies, I know it started off very rough. Transit, Die Rise. But right after those two, took off. Great Zombies. You got Mob of the Dead, Buried, and Origins. I love Zombies, as I said. And those were so fun. Zombies really propels us up another tier, pretty much. Multiplayer's great. Campaign's great. Just a solid game overall. I love Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, I don't know if a Black Ops game will ever rival that, or maybe it will. Who knows? We'll see. In this tier list. But Black Ops 2, S tier. A little better than Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion. Just a lot of fun. They had a lot of iconic maps. Hijacked, Standoff, Raid, all these maps that have come back in the past, in Cold War, stuff like that. Iconic maps, great guns. AN-94, you see me with that shit, bro. Brrr, fucking destroy everybody with that shit. Get the VSAT. You got the VSAT, the stealth chopper, the swarm. Oh my god, the swarm is the most broken streak I've ever seen in my life. That thing would get you like fucking 10 kills in a match. So many, dude. I love the swarm. A lot of fun. Black Ops 2, just overall great Call of Duty game. S tier pick. Let's go. What's next? What is it? Black Ops 2 and then Ghost, right? Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts. A lot of people's not so favorite game in the Call of Duty series. I think it's not as good as these, and the reason why: launch, big maps, really big maps, very boring gameplay because of that. If it wasn't for the big maps, honestly, this game would be much higher because the gunplay was really fun, hit detection was great, which kind of caused the melty feel that people used to complain about, which was like you die in like 0.1 seconds maybe, just because the hit detection was so nice. And I don't even know if they like knew it was that good, which is why people would be melted so fast. But I don't think it was as bad as people say it was. I think C tier, like average. C tier is like an average game, right? I think this is an average Call of Duty game. Campaign, not too good. It had a little bit of emotional weight, but I feel like the choice to not have a voice actor for the main character was a very bad choice, considering that it was just a story about brothers, and if one of the brothers can't even talk the entire time, but he's supposed to be talking to his brother, I feel like that's just the wrong way to do it. I know a lot of scenes were reused from like the previous campaigns of Infinity Ward, like Modern Warfare 2. I remember like seeing that classic scene where like he's carrying his brother to the truck, which is the exact same scene as Captain Price carrying Soap to the helicopter at the end of Modern Warfare 2. No, that was just reused. A lot of reused assets. Campaign's not too good. Extinction was actually not bad. The first one was pretty slow, just pretty repetitive. But after that, oh man, DLCs got really good. I remember liking Extinction quite a bit. It was a different take on a third game mode, and I feel like it should have been just what they focused on as a third game mode in every single one of their games, just Extinction, making it better, like how Treyarch has made zombies better in most of their games, and like expanded upon. I feel like Extinction could be like great right now, but they didn't continue it, sadly. But either way, multiplayer is where people had a lot of complaints about, like I said, the big maps, multi feeling, and everything was just slow, people camping, really grayscale. Hate that. Hate the grayness. The best maps on that game are the ones that are much brighter, such as the DLC maps. If any of you have played like the DLC, Ghosts I think had some of the greatest DLC maps, like the one where you can become Predator. I think was called Ruins, something like that. The one where you become the Death Mariachi or whatever. That one was really bright, really fun map. Really love that. And then Michael Myers, of course, on that fog map. Oh man, DLC season of this game was great, but of course it was paid DLC, so not everybody got to experience it, and people wouldn't want to experience it after such a shit like map assortment at launch, right? Why would people pay for it if they don't even like the game in the beginning? But people that didn't give the DLC a chance were definitely missing out. The DLC was a lot of fun, which I think propels this up to C tier for me. Otherwise, if it was just the same game as it was on launch with like all the big maps, very slow gameplay, I feel like it would be somewhere down there in the D tier. Maybe not trash still, because in my opinion, none of the Call of Duties are really trash. Everything has something to offer. Every game has something to offer. Every game is like, it's an okay, at least. It's okay. It's playable. You'll have some fun whenever you play every single Call of Duty. But either way, Call of Duty Ghosts, I was a monster at this game, and still, I think it's a C tier game. I remember like every game I'd pretty much go for the highest streaks, sometimes even get a KEM. By the way, I think Modern Warfare 3 was also the first one where I got my like nuke kill streak like for the first time in any Call of Duty game, which was the Moab, which was, bro, I was rocking that specialist. Oh my god, I was fucking popping off on Village. I think it was Village, or no, not Village. Mission, that map Mission, bro. Oh my god, I was a fucking fiend at that game too. That's why that's a double S tier. But anyways, back to Ghosts. Well, I did go, and then I went back and like got the nukes on Modern Warfare 2 and shit, which is a lot easier than getting it on Modern Warfare 3, by the way, because you got your like AC-130 kills that count to the tactical nuke. But either way, let's stop talking about those games, right? We're on Ghosts. Back to Ghosts. Back to Call of Duty Ghosts. It was a, solid, okay game, right? Average, very average. DLC season really saved it. Extinction's good. Campaign is okay. So overall, C tier game. What is after Ghosts? Advanced Warfare. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I remember being very, 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 very excited for this game. Very, very excited for this game. It was a big change after, the same like gameplay loop. Every single Call of Duty game, you had like the same movement, same gameplay. Like the only thing, it was just reskins, right? Reskins of the same game. That was the complaint. I really didn't personally see it like that, but that was the complaint of the community. I felt like every game was different. That was just me though. But I remember the community, everybody's like, oh, things need to change, something needs to change, especially with Call of Duty Ghosts. That was like an all-time low at that point. They're like, we need something, something different. And Sledgehammer Games came out with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. First game of the jetpack era. Right, which arguably some people really hate the jetpack era, but personally, I really don't. I don't hate the jetpack era. It was not bad. I feel like jetpacks would actually make Warzone better right now, which would really help with slow-paced gameplay. Because personally, I am a very fast-paced, I'm just a run and gun. Just want to keep moving every single time, no matter how many times I die. It doesn't even matter. I just want to keep moving on a game. And whenever like games are slow-paced, like maybe like Modern Warfare 2019, games like that, then I'm not the biggest fan where you have to play slow. But either way, jetpack era, not my worst, not my least favorite. I actually kind of like the jetpack era. I'm kind of a fan. I know a lot of people in the community did not take to the jetpack era. I think Call of Duty Advanced Warfare lands right here, C tier, above Call of Duty Ghosts. Okay, and let me explain. So, campaign, not bad. I remember really liking the campaign back then, but now when I replay it, it doesn't. Not the best storyline out there. It was kind of predictable that Kevin Spacey would be the villain, right? He'd turn out to be the villain, stuff like that. But it wasn't the worst campaign. Multiplayer wise, actually, let's go to zombies. So that on launch, they only had Exo Survival mode, which is just like the take on Modern Warfare 3 survival. Just with exo suits instead. And then they had like one little Easter egg on the map Riot where you could turn the place into zombies. I don't really remember how. I don't remember doing it. I just remember watching like some sort of video on it. And then the DLC season, you had the zombies modes. You had what was it? It was Outbreak, and then Infection, Carrier, I think, and then lastly was Descent. Not bad. Not the worst take on zombies that I've seen. We'll get to soon. Advanced Warfare zombies weren't bad. Not the best. I remember being very annoyed by the blue zombies, which disable your exos, which was the whole fun of it, was that you were flying around with exos. That was the whole, thing about the mode, was you get to fly in your exos, and then you get fucking disabled, and then what? Like, you just walk around and you get shit on because zombies are moving so fast. So, yeah, not the best, not the worst. The maps were okay. I remember Descent being okay, Mayday. Descent was actually good. Mayday was good. Infection was okay. Not the best, not the worst. I know a lot of people in the community hate it. It's not really my least favorite, but it's not the best, not the worst. And then Outbreak was okay. So yeah, overall zombies, average mode. It was a first take on zombies, so I'd expect it to be like something like that, right? Where it's like not as good as Treyarch, but it's just their own thing, whatever they're doing. Which I wish they also kind of continued, was the Advanced Warfare Saga, because Advanced Warfare had a lot of like good things about it and a lot of bad things. And multiplayer was fun. It was a lot of fun for the first like few months. It did get a little annoying because the exosuits in this one, the advanced movement, I feel like the first take on the jetpack era was the worst, in my opinion, because of how fast people were moving. like you just instantly skyrocket instead of like the new thrusters and like Black Ops 3 Infinite Warfare where you like slowly like get the momentum and then go up, and then it wouldn't be like as jarring, you know, and you could like dash to the side and stuff. So Advanced Warfare, the movement was okay. I feel like it definitely improved upon in the next two games. But I remember the BAL 27 being broken, the ASM-1. Those were the best guns in the game. That's pretty much what I've ran into every single game, which is pretty annoying. Supply drops, first game of supply drops. One of the worst offenders of like monetization in game. Were those supply drops, the advanced supply drops where you have to get the variants, which I was not a fan of because it gave you an unfair advantage in the game because so many variants were so much better than the base guns, and it was all luck based. You couldn't really get it, and this was kind of like this era, the jetpack era, supply drop era. I feel like jetpacks would be so looked down upon if there weren't supply drops in those games. But you know, that's just me. I'm a big fan of the jetpacks, but like I said, the supply drops, no way. Supply drops are so fucking bad. I'm so glad that they're gone now. But either way, yeah, supply drop system, RNG, very, very pay to win kind of. A lot of people had very unfair advantages to it. Guns were fun. Like I said, the BAL 21, ASM-1 were broken the entire time. So overall, okay. Maps were fun. Maps were good. So that's why I'll put it a little above Call of Duty Ghosts. But the supply drops, man. The supply drops brings it down quite a bit. Which, honestly, I shouldn't even be saying supply drops as, like, the reason why this is in C tier. But I feel like in this game it was just so bad for me. Just the supply drops. I felt like everybody had so much of a advantage against me whenever I was playing. It's like I couldn't really pop off as much. And then also the movement wasn't the best. Like I said, movement wasn't the best in this game compared to the next two. It really could have been improved. But I think game battles were really fun on this. So it had a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. So I feel like C tier is a solid place for Advanced Warfare on this list. Just a little ahead Call of Duty Ghosts, because it was more fun to me than Call of Duty Ghosts, just because you could just like jump around and have a little bit of fun. Definitely the launch of this game was way better than the launch of Call of Duty Ghosts. So what is after Ghosts? It was Black Ops 3. Oh, baby. Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is my favorite Call of Duty game ever made. I don't know if it'll ever be topped. Black Ops 3 is the best Call of Duty game, in my opinion. Okay? I got Black Ops 3 on launch. So excited. The lead up to it, it started with, like, the Snapchats. I don't know if you guys were around back then, where they were doing like Snapchat teasers of like Dr. Salim. He'd like post like Frozen Forest stuff. Oh my god! Like they on the Call of Duty Snapchat, he'd have like they'd like show a frozen forest and then like a bunch of like hallucinations and stuff. I was like, oh my god, what is this game gonna be about? Right? It was so hype leading up to it, and then I think it was also the earliest we got to see multiplayer gameplay of. I remember being so excited in like May of 2015. I think it's 2015. Yeah, May of 2015. Just like looking at this gameplay, I was like, "What the fuck? This looks cool as shit, right?" I remember seeing a bunch of matches on Hunted, the map Hunted, and like being like, "Oh my god!" And then the specialist system, I love it, right? So yeah, I'm still on the lead up, earliest reveal of the multiplayer gameplay, and then summer comes, more multiplayer gameplay, right? And then I think they revealed zombies like pretty late in the cycle, but oh man, I could talk about this game all day. I'm so excited to like really talk about this game. But yeah, so I got it at launch, played the shit out of that game. Holy crap. I got Dark Matter so fast. This is the first game I ever went for like a diamond camo, a gold camo, any of those. I've never actually like been part of like one of those guys that grind for camos until this game. This game was the first one with like a vinyl camo in it, and it was Dark Matter camo. It looked so good. I had to go for it, so I just went for it because I love the gameplay of it. Usually, with the other games, I'd like not really have a mindset to like grind something, but for this game, man, it was so fun. The maps were great. Guns were great. Guns were so balanced in this game. Like everything was usable. Camos looked great. The game looked amazing. amazing. And that's something I missed about like Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, so much fucking color. So much color in that game. I love it. Modern Warfare 3. I mean, not Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 3. So much color in that game. I love it. All the maps are good. Like I don't think I skipped any of the maps on launch. All the launch maps were so good. I feel like the worst maps in that game were still some of the best. We're still like way above like Call of Duty Ghosts maps in my opinion. Like Metro, I think, was maybe the worst map in that game, but it was still so good. It's such a good map. So all the maps on launch were so good. Love the multiplayer. So much fun. Thrusters were great. Movement was so much better than Advanced Warfare movement. Specialist system, man, specialist system in this game was great. I know in Black Ops 4 they did kind of like clutter it a little bit with the abilities also. Well, you could take like equipment and do the special weapon, but in Black Ops 3 you could just either pick the weapon or you could pick the ability. So I used to run every game. I'd run Ripper. That was like I probably used that in like 95% of my matches when I got it unlocked because I love the Ripper. And then after that, maybe like the glitch ability. I've used every single one quite a bit. I've played this game so much. I probably have like thousands and thousands of hours in this game. I still play it like now and then, just because it was so much fun. So much fun to play, so much fun to watch. This game is just amazing. So many memories I made on this game, playing multiplayer with my friends, playing zombies with my friends. I haven't even gotten to the zombies yet, but multiplayer-wise, so freaking good. I love Black Ops 3, my favorite Call of Duty game of all time. I hope something will top it one day. I don't think anything will, just because of how many memories I've made on this game. How much fun I had. First time I grinded for Dark Matter. Like I said, score streaks, so good in this game. You got the Wraith, the Raps, the Mothership, the Hater. Oh man, I'd run like, I used to run like, I think Wraith, Raps, Hater, stuff like that. Dude, I'd get the fucking highest streaks in this game, go for nuclears all the time, with the UAV counter, UAV Hater, every time, dude. Oh my god, so much fun. This game is so much fun. And I wasn't even one of those people who had like a scuff controller, so I'd like play on like the default setting and maybe like put it on stick and move so I can like jump with my right stick and stuff, and like and still it was so much fun without even like having like a scuff controller to jump easier, right? Just so much fun to play that game. So let's go to a little bit of like the negatives of this game would be the supply drop system also. While I don't think it was as bad as Advanced Warfare, it's because I know a lot of people think this one had like the most egregious system, but in my opinion, most of it was cosmetic, and then the weapons in that game that were in the supply drops, none of them were broken, right? None of them were like Advanced Warfare levels of like you get this variant and you're like you're like better than everybody. I don't think any of the guns in Black Ops 3's DLC system were broken. At least I never experienced something that was broken. If you guys know, let me know in the comments if any of those guns were broken in Black Ops 3. But in my opinion, when I was playing, and I played, like I said, thousands and thousands of hours of this game, I didn't spend one dime on it other than for the game and the season pass. I had so much fun just using like the base weapons, and then sometimes in the supply drop system I'd get a new weapon like the HG40 or the FFAR, something like that, and I'd use those, get Dark Matter on them. It was still a lot of fun, like no matter what. So yeah, supply drop system, it was a negative because you couldn't get all those weapons, which did kind of make the game a little more stale towards the end because you didn't have all these like new weapons to use like automatically. You had to like either buy all the supply drops and hope for it, or just to get lucky and use crypto keys and get it, which did suck quite a bit. But the base game was just so good. It had so many modes in it too. It had the base multiplayer campaign, zombies, free run, I think, the Dead Ops arcade mode, and then I think it had one other thing, the nightmare mode on campaign also, which wasn't that good, but so much content on the game in the game on launch, right? And I feel like this was one of the most complete games at launch. Just so much fun. So much freaking fun. Love the multiplayer. I will never stop playing this multiplayer. I literally played it like last week. So yeah, multiplayer wise, great. Special systems great. Weapons great. Maps great. Love this game. And then zombies. Zombies also propels us up to double S tier, man. Zombies community in this game was great. I remember watching people's streams and being like, everybody was so excited for the new maps, new everything. People hunting for the Easter eggs on literally some of the best maps ever made. are on this game. Some of the best zombies maps are on this game. Dryzendrock, Shadows of Evil, Gorod Krovi, Zetsubo, right? And then it also has the Zombie Chronicles, right? Like the zombies on this mode is unbeaten. Like nothing can beat the zombies at all, just because of how many maps it has. You know how much depth is in this game. This is where I met like some of my lifelong friends, right? We're in this game when we were trying to like beat the Dryzendrock Easter egg together, something like that. And like I said, I love zombies, and this was the peak of zombies in my opinion. Very, very great zombies in this game, and that really propels it up to like the god tier level of Call of Duties. The zombies in multiplayer, unbeaten to this day, in my opinion. And maybe I'll do a zombies map tier list soon, because I've played literally every single zombies map since the birth of zombies, right? And let me know if you guys want a tier list of all the zombies maps, and I promise you the Black Ops 3 ones are all gonna be A S tier, right? But just leave a comment if you guys want a zombies tier list also. But yeah, zombies is great in this game. Love it. Love the depth in it. I did the Dryzendrock, Setsubo no Shima Easter eggs so many times. The only thing that I didn't like about the Shadows of Evil map was just because the Easter egg, you had to have 4 players every time. I was more of a like solo duo kind of player, really, because it's hard to get like 4 people together that actually like know the map and stuff and like actually want to play. Because I do admit the Black Ops 3 zombies are a little more difficult just because of how much depth is in there. So like casuals it doesn't really appeal to casuals as much. People like me, the hardcore fans, love the zombies in this game. And I'd always play like Dryzendrock, Setsubo, Gorod Crow. We try to do them all solo as many times as I can. Revelations, when it came out, had to do that. Did that solo a million times. Just a lot of fun on this game. Just a lot of fun. And Black Ops 3, unbeaten so far. One of literally my best Call of Duty ever made, in my opinion. And after that, let me take another sip of water, right? And after Black Ops 3, it is Infinite Warfare. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. After Black Ops 3, it is hard to beat Black Ops 3. Very, very hard to beat. I know a lot of people still love Black Ops 3's multiplayer, and whenever they saw Infinite Warfare's, they thought it was a reskin. I also thought it was pretty much a reskin because of how similar the movement was, thruster packs and stuff. I just thought they were like copying Black Ops 3, trying to like replicate their success and stuff, right? But it does have quite a bit to offer on this game. It is not double S tier. Definitely no. Not S tier. Not even A tier. But solid B tier. Is it better than World at War? I think it's better than World at War, in my opinion. Just because, World War II setting is not really my thing at all. Future setting is way better, in my opinion. So that's really what puts it above World at War. I know all you World at War lovers are gonna like hound me for this shit, but I think Infinite Warfare might be a little bit better than World at War. But they're in the same tier, so they're basically neck and neck, right? So Infinite Warfare, when this game was coming out, it got revealed. Everybody was tired of the jetpack era. Not me, of course. I'm a jetpack fan. I was happy to have another jetpack game. Whatever. It's whatever at that point. You can go back to regular, or you can go back to keep jetpacks. Either one would be fine with me at this point. It was 2016 May. The reveal trailer comes out. So many dislikes. Honestly, let me go look how many dislikes this has. Infinite Warfare trailer. Let's go look how many dislikes this has right now. Oh wait, you can't even look at dislikes anymore, can you? No. Okay, all I know is more than like 2 million at this point, right? Has to be more than 2 million. That's pretty annoying. You can't see dislikes anymore. But either way, had a lot of dislikes whenever the trailer came out, just because people were tired of the future era. They didn't even want to give it a chance because of the jetpacks and stuff that were in it. And they did really try to downplay how futuristic it was after that trailer. They didn't show as much jetpack shit. It didn't show people using jetpacks, but they did have jetpacks in the game, which was fine with me, like I said. So that really didn't deter me from playing the game. I was really willing to give it a chance. It's not a bad game at all. It's actually pretty fun. It was pretty fun when it came out. Multiplayer wise, Multiplayer was okay. Maps were okay also. I don't really think any of those maps were very iconic. I don't think I even remember any of the names of the maps at this point. I definitely did not play this game as much as I played Black Ops 3. I think I even went back to Black Ops 3 when I was playing this game. But still, that doesn't mean it was a bad game at all. Because specialist system was not as good as Black Ops 3 because I don't think they ever added any specialists, and I think they only had 6 the entire year, so it got a little stale. I remember everybody was rocking that robot dude with the double guns, and he had like propulsion, which like made your jetpacks recharge faster, and then he had the dog form and stuff. So I feel like everybody's rocking that one most of the time. Guns were okay. I think the NV4 was literally the gun that everybody used, just because it was so good. And that's also what I used the entire time. I didn't go for the camo on this one. I didn't feel like I liked the gameplay enough to go for the camo in this game. But multiplayer, it was fun. It definitely was not bad. It was not as bad as people think it was, or like thought it was going to be. Like I definitely gave it a very good chance, and it was a lot of fun. I got the nuke on this game a few times. So yeah, it was quite a lot of fun. The streaks were okay. I remember using the Thor, and I don't know why they haven't brought that. Was it the Thor or the streak that's the Reaper in Modern Warfare 3, where you have like Predator missiles that you can lead, and then also in Black Ops 2 it was in there, the Lodestar, I think. I don't know why they haven't brought that back since Infinite Warfare, but I love that streak, and that made this game a lot more fun too, just using that streak again. So yeah, the multiplayer wise, it was okay, and then campaign really really great, very underrated. I don't know how many people have played it. I don't think many people have played it really, but it's really really great. One of the best campaigns in this in the Call of Duty series, in my opinion. Very emotional, very heavy game. It's very fun, and it's fun, yeah. And then the zombies wise, I think Zombies in Spaceland, a lot of fun. Played that map a ton, and I did not really play much of like the DLC. I played them all like at least like 3 or 4 times, but I didn't really like the rest of the Infinite Warfare maps except for Zombies in Spaceland, and then maybe what was that one map? The one with the kung fu, the kung fu one. That one was okay. That one was pretty fun. But other than that, I don't think I really like that. I did like the boss fight thing, the boss fight mode where you can fight Mephistopheles or whatever his name was, one of the best boss fights ever in Call of Duty Zombies, right? I did like that, but overall, not that good of a Zombies, not that bad. I think it was better than Exo Zombies, just because Zombies in Spaceland was so good. But other than that, Zombies is pretty forgettable in this game. So yeah, overall, I think it's a B tier, a little above average in my opinion, but still not even close to the best, right? So after Infinite Warfare, we have Call of Duty World War II. People were crying and crying and crying. They said, let's go back in time, right? We want no more jetpacks. So what did Call of Duty do? They said, you know what? Let's go fucking 100 years back almost, right? 40, 50, 60 years, 80 years, whatever it is. A lot of years back to World War II. Let's go back to our roots. That was the tagline. Back to our roots, back to our boots on the ground, right? All this stuff. Call of Duty World War II. People were very excited to see this game just because it had no more jetpacks. Everybody was so tired of jetpacks at that point. Not me. Like I said, I was okay with another jetpack game, but I was also excited for World War II. I wanted to see what they could do in this new era of Call of Duty. I'd say this new era of after the jetpack era, after a bunch of changes have been made, supply drops, and also I forgot to mention supply drops in Infinite Warfare. Supply drops weren't as bad in this because they had that thing called salvage. I think it was called. Let me go back to Infinite Warfare for a second. The supply drop system, you get salvage, which you earned by playing, and then you could craft your own variants, whichever one you wanted. So it wasn't as bad as the other two, really, as Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare. I feel like that had actually the best supply drop system because of it's a direct way to get whatever item you want, whichever variant you want. So I felt like a much better system than the other two had, because you could actually get a direct path. And that's the same for Modern Warfare Remastered, which had the supply drops, had new weapons and stuff. You had a direct way of earning salvage and getting the guns in that too. So I feel like those two games had the best supply drop system in my opinion. And also, they really had to bundle Infinite Warfare with Modern Warfare Remastered in order to get a lot of sales because of how like disliked the trailer was and how people did not want at all a jetpack game. All right, so that was also a bonus. Modern Warfare Remastered was a lot of fun. I played that a lot too, but like I said, it's A tier, pretty similar to COD 4 Modern Warfare. Well, it is a little bit different. I kind of think MWR is better than COD 4 because of the stuff they added, really, because you could get all the new guns and it was a little less stale than Call of Duty 4 at that point. But either way, World War II. Back to our roots, right? Come back to our roots in this. World War II. World War II. Very, very, very boring game. I am sorry. I did not like World War II at all. Maybe it was because I was so used to like really fast-paced jetpack games at that point. But I don't know, like the guns in this game. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the World War II setting, like at all. The guns in the game weren't fun. The maps weren't that good. Very, very gray set, like very gray color in this game again. Like I said, I really don't like the grayish colors as much. While Modern Warfare 3, let's go back there again real quick. I am jumping around a little bit, but I'm just saying whatever's coming to my mind, right? Modern Warfare 3, it was a little gray, but you know, everything else kind of like overshadowed that. Like in this game, the gameplay was definitely not even close to good, especially at launch. I know they had like a little bit of a rework or like a kind of like a reboot to this game where they like changed like so much stuff. It's changed like the division system and everything, but I didn't really stick around too long to play this game after launch. So I didn't really experience the divisions update as much because I just didn't like this game at launch. Like I don't know, it was just not my thing. I really couldn't even put like what I didn't like about this game. It was just boring to me. I just did not have fun playing it. So yeah, I didn't even give the DLC that much of a chance. The zombies, I remember the first zombies map, it was okay, not that good either. Like not in my opinion, it's really not like close to like a Treyarch zombies map, especially not close to like Black Ops 3, which is this is coming after too, right? So you still have like it to compare to like Black Ops 3 and stuff, and not even close to comparing to Spaceland either. So, and I've heard that a lot of people hate World War II zombies, but is it C tier? Is it D tier? I think this has to be D tier, in my opinion. I know it got really a lot better after the Divisions update, but like I said, I didn't stick around for it. I didn't it didn't give me an incentive to stick around and like buy DLC or anything, so I didn't really feel it. I didn't play this after like 2 months of at launch, maybe like 1 month, honestly. I just didn't. It's really not a lot of fun to me. Okay, and then we have Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Back to Treyarch we go, and I am a Treyarch simp. I promise you that. I'm a big Treyarch simp. At this point, I was the biggest Treyarch fan you could ever find. Pre Black Ops 3, I was still like, Infinity Ward's good. Treyarch is a little better, but as soon as Black Ops 3 came out, Treyarch, really high on my list. Love Treyarch. Treyarch is definitely my favorite developer at this point. Black Ops 4, it did not disappoint me. It really did not disappoint me. I think this is up here. Better than Black Ops 1, better than all those games, in the A tier. It was not as good as Black Ops 3, but the multiplayer was so much fun in this game. So much fun. It was just basically Black Ops 3 without the jetpacks, but it still had advanced movement kind of with the grapple hook, and you could like move really fast. And I'm like I said, I'm all about the fast-paced gameplay. Maps were really good on this game. Really good maps. So yeah, multiplayer-wise, really fun. Guns were really fun. Creative class was fun. They added the new operator mod system where you could like kind of change your weapon up a little bit. Where you could have like, I think one of the LMG ones was like you could like mount it up and like do like some suppression fire and stuff. It was quite a bit more depth in the the Pick 10 system that's been around in Treyarch games for a while at that point, since Black Ops 2, which I didn't mention. In Black Ops 2, the Pick 10 system was good. In that game, Pick 10 system was good. In Black Ops 3, Pick 10 system was good. In Black Ops 4, I wish they'd bring back the Pick 10 systems, honestly. But either way, Black Ops 4 had a good creative class system. Streaks were okay. Streaks, I feel like, were not that good of a highlight compared to Black Ops 2 and 3, which had like god tier streaks. the best streaks I think in Black Ops 4 were like maybe the Thresher, which was the one that the strafe run pretty much, where you just like go back and forth. They didn't even have like a VSAT at all, or like something like that, like an advanced UAV. They didn't have anything like that, which was sad. But I do understand why, because the fog of war system that they added to the map, where like as soon as you're like in the vicinity of somebody, you see them pretty much on the map, which I felt like was not even that bad of a change. I kind of like that, to be honest. It made it so if somebody has map awareness, they're gonna win a lot of the gunfights because they'll have the jump on people. Like, so I think the fog of war system was okay in the map. It was good on the mini map, and DLC. It did things a little bit differently, but the Black Ops Pass was still in, which is pretty annoying because at that point everything was transitioning to like free DLC, free to play, stuff like that. Especially with like Fortnite coming out at this point, and that was completely free to play, and then all the DLC updates were free, and then it was just cosmetics and stuff. Supply drop system kind of drops this down for me, but like I said, I'm a Treyarch simp, right? And the supply drop system was not that good in this game. I don't really remember. It was like kind of confusing how it went, because they had like a battle pass system and they had a supply drop system. I think they were called reserve crates. Oh my god, I'm about to lose my fucking words. I need to take another sip of water. Battle pass system. They had a battle pass system. They had reserve crates, right? I don't remember exactly how it worked because I was just so focused on the gameplay at that point. And I also did not go for the camo on this. I think I went for assault rifles and SMGs and like snipers. And I was almost done. I don't remember why I stopped going for it, because I still played it quite a bit after a while. But yeah, the gameplay is not bad. Like the first, like initially, first year, I didn't think it was as good as like even close to Black Ops 3. I thought it was like maybe like B tier. But like now when I look back on it and I play it a few times, I played it quite a bit since it came out. I feel like it really propelled it up, and they really made a lot of changes at the end too, which like kind of made this game even better. But even initially, you know, I feel like it was like a B tier game, to be honest. But now I think it's like really, really close to S tier of that, because of how many improvements they've made to the game. So yeah, overall, solid A tier. It didn't have a campaign, which I think was like development issues and stuff, because, you know, fucking Activision's always cucking Treyarch. So goddamn annoying. There's like a whole fiasco where they had a campaign that they had to scrap the campaign because they didn't like the campaign, and then they were like, oh, you have to just, instead of focusing on campaign, let's focus on making battle royale, because we gotta go follow everybody else into like the battle royale stage. And then they made Blackout, which Blackout is not a bad game mode. Blackout is good. Blackout is very fun, actually. I remember playing that quite a bit, getting first place. I'm a fucking god, what can I say? I played it a few times, but at that point I wasn't that big of a battle royale fan, so I've mostly stick to multiplayer. But it was fun to dabble in a few times. Blackout wasn't bad. I feel like Warzone can learn a lot of things from Blackout, such as how to make a fucking game a little bit more fast paced, right? Have to stop people from camping. Add a fucking grappling hook to Warzone. Please, 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 Activision. I am begging you. Please add a grappling hook. Add some sort of advanced movement like Black Ops 4 had, like Blackout had, okay? Either way, Blackout's not bad. Blackout is fun. Multiplayer's fun. Not as good as Black Ops 3's multiplayer, in my opinion, but Black Ops 4 is fun. And then Zombies really brings this down to an A tier. While initially, first year, I did not like the zombies at all. I didn't like the changes they made in it. I did not like the perk system. I still don't like the perk system, honestly. Maps were okay. I remember Blood of the Dead was okay. The Easter egg sucked in that, but the map overall was okay. 9 was okay. Voyage of Despair was okay. I kind of like the Easter egg in that. I know a lot of people don't like Voyage of Despair's Easter egg, but it was kind of cool. It was fun to play with friends, at least. And then Classified was also okay. So the 4 launch maps were really just like, you know, pretty average maps. Average, you know, like 9 and Blood of the Dead were the ones that I played the most, just because Blood of the Dead was a remake of Mob of the Dead, and then 9 was 9. It was good. So overall, you know, Zombies wasn't too bad. As the DLC season went on, I didn't like how they stuck to chaos for the chaos story for the first 6 months, pretty much, and then the second half of the year they finally brought back Ether, and then they were running out of budget, shit like that, so they had fucking because Black Ops 4 Zombies flopped on launch because of all the crashing issues and stuff. They didn't give them the budget that they needed to make like the good cutscenes for the Ether story, the end of the Ether story, right? And they make those into fucking comic book style like cutscenes, right? Which is pretty annoying. Kind of brings it down again. But overall, Black Ops 4 Zombies is not as bad as people would say. It definitely is not. It definitely has something to offer to people. It's definitely fun, especially with friends, to play. It had a lot of good maps. Black Ops 4 system overall was not that good, which was like the perk system, the armor system, stuff like that. The shield system, not that good of a system, but the maps were actually pretty good. Like Dead of the Night's good, Ancient Evil's good. What was the next one? Alpha Omega. Alpha Omega's okay. Reskin of Nuketown, just like a little different because the Ether, like I said, the Ether maps were, they were whatever because of the budget issues or whatever the fuck they were happening at that point. With whatever the fuck was happening back behind the scenes at that point. And then the last map, Tog Der Toten, which was the end of Ether story. Very sad ending, but also very kind of like bittersweet. And it sucked that it had to be on the Call of Duty remake and it wasn't with the main cast of characters. And I'm sure that's not how exactly they wanted it to play out, right? But, it's just what we got, right? It's the cards we got dealt. Not a bad map for what it was. So overall, Black Ops 4, solid A-tier game. Multiplayer Zombies Blackout, solid, almost borderline S-tier. If the zombies were just a little bit better. If the zombie systems were just a little bit better. This would be in the S tier, I think. Just because multiplayer gameplay, perfect, really good. Not as good as Black Ops 3, like I said, but really, really good overall. Like a very good follow-up to Black Ops 3. I was not disappointed by that. And then zombies, I think, just needed a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Maybe just a better system. Perks-wise, I think would have been better. Okay, next. Here we go, baby. Where the controversy starts. Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. The new rebooted Modern Warfare, right? Very exciting stuff whenever we heard that it was going to be rebooted, right? Everybody wanted to go back to modern times, right? At this point, they're like, let's go back to like the heyday of Call of Duty. We want Modern Warfare. We want stuff like that, right? Everybody thought this was going to be Modern Warfare 4. Nope. Turned out it was a reboot of Modern Warfare, like as a series, right? So it has like a lot of the same characters, but it's just a different story overall, in a different universe, right? Campaign. Let's start with campaign. Campaign is good. Campaign is really good. A lot of fun. A lot of good story. Very good graphics. New engine, right? You got like slide canceling and shit. You have the tactical sprint, and everything looks good, right? Everything looks realistic, like as realistic as it gets with Call of Duty, right? And it looks good. Looks really, really good. And then, so campaign's good. Then multiplayer, right? Multiplayer. You got the new engine, all right? You got slide canceling, everything, like I said. And then you got Battle Pass, right? You got a Battle Pass. You get weapons for free. You get post DLC maps for free, right? You get DLC maps for free. And anything like game changing is free instead of like the supply drop system from before. Okay, like I said, Battle Pass system, right? You get free guns every time. Tier 15 and 31, I think. You get 2 free guns every season. Just play. You don't even have to buy the premium Battle Pass. You get the free maps, right? Very good stuff that they did. As like monetization goes, right? And then engine wise, really good. Very nice feeling engine. But D tier. Yep. Probably wondering, I just said a bunch of good things about Modern Warfare, right? Very, very good things about Modern Warfare. Like the monetization, free maps, campaign. But gameplay-wise, Modern Warfare is just not my thing. I know a lot of people like it. A lot of people love it. Like, majority of people love this game, right? Majority of casuals, right? But as for me, I didn't like the minimap change. I did not like no dead silence unless you had a field upgrade, right? I did not like it's a bunch of stuff like slow-paced games, big maps, a lot of trash maps, really, especially at launch until now. I'd say it finally has some good maps, but you have to like cherry pick lobbies. You can't map vote, right? Map voting is such a fucking huge feature. Skill-based matchmaking, very, very big in this game. Pretty annoying to deal with, especially on these shitty maps, right? Shit maps. Gunplay's great, really feels good. Like I said, the engine's great, but gameplay wise, it's just trash. You know, it sucks to play. I hate playing this game. The only maps I'd play on this game: Shoot House, Shipment. I'm pretty sure literally everybody played those. Shoot House, Shipment. Most people did not even touch the other maps as much. Like maybe played them like a few times and just stuck in the Shoot House, Shipment playlist. Right? That's what I did if I ever even played this game. But I stopped playing it a few times. Like I played it a few times throughout the year, really, after launch especially. I thought I was gonna love this game, but gameplay wise, it is not at all my thing. It's just a bunch of sad things that they just didn't change. Gameplay wise, it could have been one of the best Call of Duty games for me, because it definitely did have. It was definitely able to be a very good Call of Duty if they just changed some of the gameplay issues, right? If they just added a dead silence burn, right? Change ghosts to if you're moving instead of you just sitting in a corner and you're not on the UAV, right? But they didn't change anything. So yeah, well, it was fun to use the 725 in the beginning, right? Everybody was using the fucking 725, but I don't know. Modern Warfare is just disappointing to me. Very disappointing. Could have had so much going for it, but it's just not my thing. Not at all. All right, and then the Black Ops Cold War, the most recent Black Ops game. Like I said, I'm a Treyarch simp, so you already know it's gonna be somewhere up here, right? Gonna be somewhere up here. A lot of the changes from Modern Warfare, right? Such as Battle Pass system, free maps, free zombies maps. Remember that, free zombies maps also. Free multiplayer maps, great multiplayer maps. Free weapons, right? And then you just buy customization items, whatever you want, if you want to spend your money. Otherwise, you don't even have to, right? Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I love this game. I do. I really, really like it. I went for Dark Matter in this. Launch was great. Map count was a little low. I think there were 8 maps maybe, but all the maps were good. I didn't have any complaint about any of the 8 maps, so I loved playing it. And then Season 1 was right around the corner, so I was they're probably going to add 2 or 3 maps, right, in Season 1. And I was right. They added a lot of good maps in Season 1, and those maps were good. They added Raid and the Pines. Love those maps. So Season 1 of this game, perfect. I love Season 1 of this game. It was so much fun. Getting Dark Matter on this game was so much fun. Streaks were so much fun in this game. All the streaks, as they were using. The score streak system is what keeps this from double S tier, in my opinion. But it is an S tier game. It is definitely an S tier game. But yeah, I'm going to stick with the positives for now. Maps were great. Throughout the seasons, they only added good maps. I don't think there was one bad map in this game, really. Using the streaks were fun. I used the harp. Yeah, the harp, right? The strafe run. Love the strafe run. And it was just a lot of fun to use, right? And then all the guns in this game balanced. Love the 74U. One of my favorite guns to this day right now. I still use it sometimes when I play this game. Because I'm still playing this game sometimes. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Vanguard, spoiler alert. But we'll get to that whenever we get to that, right? Multiplayer wise, really, really good. Very fun game. I played this game throughout the entire year. Very good updates. So, yeah, like I was saying, all the updates were good. Every season was great. Added new maps, very good maps. Some zombies maps, right? A lot of zombies updates also, which is a lot of fun to play. But also zombies kind of keeps this from double S tier. Just because, it was more catered towards casuals, right? Much more catered towards casuals, and it was still fun though. Not that bad of a zombies mode, but it's not up to par with Black Ops 3 level, in my opinion. But it is definitely still a good zombies mode overall. The thing about it was very good zombies mode to grind. I like to grind for the Dark Ether in that, and Dark Ether game. And I did get Dark Ether and Dark Matter Ultra on this game because of how much fun I had on playing this game, multiplayer wise and zombies wise, right? Because zombies was still fun. It was a lot of fun to play. Just didn't have the story depth that I kind of like from a zombies game, right? Like Black Ops 3. That's the only real gripe I have with the zombies mode in this, is just the story wise, it wasn't as intriguing. Like Black Ops 3, it didn't have as much depth in the maps as Black Ops 3, which keeps it from the double S tier, but it's still definitely a great zombies mode. Great multiplayer, great campaign, by the way. Really good changes in that campaign where you could like have branching storylines like from Black Ops 2, right? You could have a few changes here and there and like kind of get like the best ending, or like the you had like side missions also, right? When you've ever seen like side missions other than Black Ops 2 and Black Ops Cold War in a Call of Duty campaign, right? Really good campaign, really good multiplayer. Love the multiplayer to death. I love this multiplayer, especially so refreshing to have this multiplayer after Modern Warfare's multiplayer, because you know when you're playing Modern Warfare, you're like, damn, you have to like change your whole fucking thinking, right? Of like how to play the game. If like go creep around corners and shit, like worry about your fucking footsteps making noise. They added ninja to Black Ops Cold War. They added the ninja perk. Okay, changed so much about this game, how it flows, how it plays. Change the UAV back to like change the minimap back to how it worked, where you could see people when they shoot unsilenced weapons, right? Ghost only works with fucking running, right? So you realize how much how many shit changes Modern Warfare had whenever you play Black Ops Cold War, and then you see all the good change from Modern Warfare are in Black Ops Cold War in a Treyarch fast-paced game. It's just so good. I love Cold War, and I do know all about these development issues that were part of this game, because they only had a 2-year cycle now. It was originally supposed to be a Sledgehammer Games production. It was supposed to be a Sledgehammer Games game, but they had some sort of falling out with Raven. So then they just stopped making it, and then they started working out Vanguard for some shit. They had to like rehire a bunch of people, and they made Vanguard. And then they handed this off to Treyarch, where they had to Treyarchify it, make it more like a Treyarch game, right? So they basically had to rebuild an entire game in fucking like a year, right? And it still turned out so much better than Modern Warfare, in my opinion. So much better. Like, imagine if Treyarch could get 3 more years, three full years to make a game like they did Black Ops 3, which is my double S tier, and that's the only game they've had a full 3 years to develop a Call of Duty game, right? And that is my favorite. So I feel like Treyarch is always getting cucked and having to help other fucking developers. Even now they're having to help on Vanguard Zombie because Sledgehammer Games does not know that, or Activision. I shouldn't even blame the developers, obviously. Activision is rushing these fucking games, right? But whatever. Don't make me start on this rant. Either way, Cold War, made on such a short development cycle, still so good. Love this game to death. All the maps are good. Like I said, gameplay's so fun. All the game modes are good on this game. Really, really good game. Double S tier, these two are probably always going to be the only two here, most likely, because I don't think anything will ever match those. And then S tier, which is like my best tier. This is like super best. This is like best. This is great. I think above average, average. You know what? Let me just label it that. Honestly, let's call this super best. Super best. Let's call this best. This is I don't know. Come on. This is great. This is good. Let's just say good. This is average. Yeah, let's say good / above average. Is average, and this one is like okay. This is okay, you know, whatever. They're not, like I said, Modern Warfare it's not a bad game because of all the good changes that it had, which is like ushering in a new era of Call of Duty where you get free weapons, free maps, all this free shit that you can get, and most of it's cosmetic. Those are the saving graces of Modern Warfare, and the new engine also is also the saving grace of Modern Warfare. But the gameplay wise, gonna be in last place for me. I'm sorry. But it's still an okay game, you know. And also, I see the appeal to casuals. You know, they make these maps for like with the doors and shit to appeal to casuals, so people can camp and like fucking get the jump on the better players. Skill-based matchmaking's in it to get jump on the better players. Skill-based matchmaking is also in Cold War, but I don't think it was as bad for me, at least. The only thing that was bad about the matchmaking in Cold War is the team balancing, because I'd always get the fucking shittiest teammates on my team that wouldn't do anything, right? And then the other team is like all like my level fucking gamers, right? So like that was the worst part of the matchmaking system, in my opinion, was just because the team balance was shit. But I still fucking pop off almost every game. But then yeah, like let's go back to Cold War, right? And also the other thing that's keeping it out of double S tier, right, or double super best, is the streak system, because the streak system was not as bad as people think. People say, like in my opinion, I feel like it was kind of like overhated, that it didn't reset on death, because you still had to go on streaks. You still had to go on streaks in order to, get the high tier streak, get the good streaks, and all that shit. You couldn't just like sit around and like die every single kill you get. You just die, and then you just get the streaks, right? You don't get the high streaks unless you go on a streak, which is why they're still called score streaks, because you still have to go on a streak because it was a multiplier, and all this score. You needed like so much score for the streaks, so it really wasn't as bad as people think. But also, the score streak system should have just been the regular score streak system. That would propel this up to like. That would propel Cold War up to like probably here, better than Black Ops 2 if it had the original score streak system. But the zombies would still keep it out of Super Best, in my opinion. But just because of the story, like I said, gameplay wise, zombies is great. Zombies is a good mode. I'm not hating on this Black Ops Cold War zombies. I had a lot of fun playing it. It's just a story in depth. It's not as in depth as the other ones. But because the streak system is how it is, where it doesn't reset on death, it doesn't really. Doesn't promote objective gameplay at all, because why would you go for a point whenever you're on like a 5 kill streak and you're getting like, what is it, like 450 per kill or something, or 200 per kill, something like that, and you wouldn't want to die at that point, because then you just got to build your way up to the 5 kill streak, which is when you start getting the good score, right, in order to get your streak. So why would you go risk your life for a 200 point flag on domination, right? Or 100 point, I think. It was like 100 point or 200 point in this game. Flag for domination. I don't even know, because I didn't even go for domination points on this. I'd go for the streaks, because it doesn't promote. Even it's called score streaks, it's really just kill streaks, because you just have to go for kills in order to get the streaks. Which also kind of keeps it out of Super Best for me, because I need that. I want that objective gameplay. That might be why my teammates wouldn't ever fucking go for the objective, right? It's pretty annoying. But either way, the score streak system definitely does hold it down a little bit. But still, even with that, like, think about that. If it had that, it would be up here, right? It would be up here. But even with this score streak system that they implemented in this game, it's still in the S tier, in my opinion, because of just the great gameplay, great like lighting. It also had really good lighting. It wasn't as bright as Black Ops 3 and 2 and 4, but it's still very bright compared to Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare is so fucking gray. Holy shit. Let's call it gray warfare, bro. And then this one, it's so much color, so it pops. People pop so much easier in this game. It's much easier to, like, see your people. You don't blend into the darkness and shit like in Modern Warfare. So yeah, Cold War, definitely one of the best Call of Duty games, especially in the recent era of Call of Duty games. We haven't had anything since Black Ops 3, right? So we had Infinite Warfare, World War II, Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare, right? And then we have Cold War. Really good. 1 year dev cycle, pretty much. And they banged it out, bro. They banged it fucking out. I know a lot of people don't like Cold War, but I feel like a lot of that hate comes from because it's not on the Modern Warfare engine. That's really it. I feel like people really like the Modern Warfare engine. I also like the Modern Warfare engine, but Cold War definitely benefited from not having the Modern Warfare engine, because as we see with Vanguard, which we're getting to now, Vanguard, World War II setting, don't like the World War II setting, like I said. It's okay. A little better than Modern Warfare. Okay? Here's why. World War II setting, don't like the guns. Guns are just boring to me in this. Gunsmith, and like Modern Warfare and Cold War also had the Gunsmith, the 5 attachment system. It was fun. Gunsmith's nice. Gunsmith's a nice change. 5 attachments are good. It's fun to like make these different kind of guns, right? But Vanguard takes the Gunsmith and fucking dials it up to like 100 million, right? 10 attachments on each gun. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that. I do not like that 10 attachment system at all, because every gun just becomes a melt machine. Every gun becomes, you die in one shot, right? Something like that. That's an exaggeration, but you die so quick because of just all the broken ass combinations you can make with 10 attachments. It's hard to balance, right? They fucked themselves over. They gave themselves so much more work because of 10 attachments are so much harder to balance than 5, right? You can make so many broken ass attachments because of the 10 attachment system. So definitely I'm not a fan. It makes things way more complex. Slow ass gun leveling. So it takes ages to fucking level your guns in Vanguard. So it gets so fucking annoying. I don't remember having that problem with Cold War, really. Because I leveled every single gun in Cold War. It didn't even take me that long, right? I got Dark Matter within a month, pretty much. And I wasn't even playing it all. Like, like all day, every day. Vanguard, fucking to level up one weapon to whatever 70, max level 70, it's like takes you like 8 hours, man. I'm like, I don't have time for this shit. This game's not even fun to me that much, right? And I don't like World War II settings, like I said. So I just did the fucking zombies method in order to get the fucking levels like as fast as I could. And I definitely did not go for this camo. I know the camo's still broken as shit. This game's glitchy as fuck. The fucking servers suck. When I played, at least, I always used to get kicked out whenever I played the fucking game. And I've stopped playing this game at this point. It's I think I played it for like the first 2-3 weeks. And then I just stopped playing. But you know, it wasn't as fun as Cold War, right? It's definitely not as fun as any of these games. But you know, there is some fun to be had with it. It is fun whenever you get kills. It's fun whenever you get streaks, but that's just like Call of Duty things, right? It's just the thing you go for. You got to go for the kills. It feels good to get kills, but the rest of the things, it just holds it back so much. Grayscale, horrible color palette, even worse than Modern Warfare's, honestly. Modern Warfare at least had some sort of like modern color, you know, but Vanguard's just a World War II color, so disgusting. I hate looking at it. I hate looking at the game because of that color, the color palette that they chose for this game. And then, like I said, 10 attachments sucks. Maps are okay. They had 16 maps, which is a good, very, very good change to like how Cold War launched with like 8 maps. 16 maps, a lot of them are okay. None of them are good, like really, like great maps, great tier maps, but they're all okay. So they're all playable. They're better than Modern Warfare's maps were, right? And Ghost maps, right? And they made a lot of better changes than Modern Warfare had, like to the Modern Warfare engine. It feels like a better version of like the gameplay for Modern Warfare. They have the ninja perk, right? They have the same streak system, which sucks. They have the minimap radar perk. I don't know why they didn't just fucking implement it, but instead everybody has to run radar or forward intel or some shit in order to like even compete for the minimap in the game. I don't know why they didn't just make the radar permanent, which is pretty annoying. So you have to run a perk, which it's better than not having it at all. Modern Warfare, like I said, it's better than not having it at all, but still not the best. So yeah, multiplayer wise, it is a little bit better than Modern Warfare, but just because some of the gameplay changes they made were good, but overall it is in the okay tier. World War II theme, not too fun to me. It's very broken, very glitchy right now, but of course this is a preliminary rank. Okay, maybe this year, 2022, it might get a lot better like World War II did, and maybe I'll be around maybe I'll stick around for this one. You know, just because, you know, season system, you have a lot more incentive to come back and play a few new maps. And they already added like 2 new maps. I think one of them was a Dome remake. I haven't played it yet, but I'm planning on playing it soon. Just because Modern Warfare 3, right? I love Dome. But, you know, maybe it'll get better. This is just a preliminary rank. It is second to last for me in the Call of Duty rankings. So that is pretty much it. Well, actually, let's talk about the fucking zombies in Vanguard. Trash. Literal trash, garbage zombies. Least fun zombies I've ever played in my life. Okay, I'm sorry. 3